Others have said 24 hours is running already. It is not a policy you can impose on businesses and all of that. There are some few others who are also explaining it their own way.
Caesar,
so what is that thing that is making you
good? Caesar,
feel that you've got a hold?
Caesar, let's cast our minds back.
Yeah.
There was a period that during the Rawlings era, Nana Kunedu had the 31st December Women Movement.
Yeah.
They were into training of women and all that. As part of their training, they brought out a material we called batik tie and dye. At a point in this region, we were calling it Weshia Unia. I don't know if you were in this region. Weshia Unia, Weshia. And people were making fun of people. So some of us could not wear it. Because when you are walking and you hear Weshia Unia, it wasn't a pleasant thing. Fast forward, President Kufuor came and he said, as part of his policy, when Alan was at the trade ministry, they brought out that Friday wear. That officially, even banks, institutions of the state were allowed to wear something, let me call it traditional, and go to work offices. It was great. Caesar, that was where I started changing my way of dressing. That is how come you see me dress mostly like this. It wasn't that people were not wearing their African prints, but you see, when President Kufuor made it official, can you imagine the chain, the employment, those who are into tailoring and those things, sewing cloth, their industries turned around. People were before wearing their stuff, right? Especially our women, their beautiful kaba and all that. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said something some few months, weeks ago. He said, there's no greater idea like an idea whose time has come. I repeat, there's no greater idea than an idea whose time has come. And for me, being a very spiritual person and people that study numbers and all that, not so much into it, but let's do this. What is the number for this year? 2024. 2024. Good. Can you put 2024 together? What number will you get? 20. 2 plus 0 is 2.
Yeah.
Plus 2 is 4. Plus 4 is what? 8. Put the number 8 somewhere.
Okay.
How many hours do we have in a day?
24.
24.
Yeah.
So we have 8 and then 24.
Yeah.
Put them aside.
Okay.
What is the policy about 24-hour economy?
Yeah.
So we have another 24. In every 24 hours, how many 8 hours do we have? 3.
Okay.
We have 3 8 hours. That makes it 3 times 8.
Okay.
It's 24, right? Good. Now, this is a policy that is seeking to ensure that there are certain resources that we have not maximized to a point that we get maximum benefit from it. We can just look at our agric sector. Today, if we are saying that food is expensive, how many of the food that we cook in our house do we import? I know we import some, but how many? Why are we even importing food in the first place?
Okay.
Good. So the 24-hour economy is simply a policy that seeks to say that we can work 24 hours, 3 shifts in 24 hours. All right? And every shift, officially 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., a shift will end. 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., another shift will end. 10 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the morning, another shift also ends. We have gotten 3 shifts in 24 hours. So, by this, the benefit is enormous. One, those who are already operating the one shift system, who can do 24 hours. Meaning that if you are producing sachet water and you do 8 a.m. and you close at 5, and let's say at the end of the week, you are able to produce 100 bags. When there's high demand for water, water is life. Everybody needs water. No matter how expensive water will be, people will still need it. When production of water goes up, economists will tell you that the higher the supply that exceeds demand, it has something to do with inflation. The prices will go down. When there's Greek, we call it glut.
Okay.
When harvest, is so much, and to a point that we cannot even process, and some go rotten. Okay, so the sachet water producer can produce more by working 3 shifts. By so doing, he can employ more hands. If he has 10 workers and he was operating just by the day, now that he's doing 24 hours, what number of workers do you think he needs to meet the same production that he was having during the day?
So, Rich, in the minds of the NDC, this is your trump card for 2024.
This is the greatest idea for this time. So, the man who is producing and is water and is going to do 24 hours would, with 10 workers, would need extra 20 hands to show up the numbers to 30, which means some 20 unemployed youth who had no hope now are gainfully employed by this policy. His production, which used to be 100 bags a week, will go to 300. Higher production. So on the market, there will be more, and then the price will be affordable, even go down for everybody to buy. When the prices go down, purchases goes up, people buy more. So the youth are getting employed. What this means is that if when you were working by the day, you were consuming electricity, or let's say 500 cedis a week, by working 24 hours will mean that will also be multiplied by 3. Your energy consumption will go up. All right, it means that this time you are not shutting up your machines. You will be on the normal calculation. You will be paying 1,500 instead of the 500, because now the production has gone up. You are consuming more energy. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is saying there will be a plan to ensure that whilst you are consuming more, you don't pay more. There will be a deliberate policy and measures to take care of that.
Have the people of Kumasi, because this is Kumasi centered, or the Ashanti region centered in terms of coming to town with it, have they listened to the message well? Have they heard you right?
Yes.
Are they willing to commit their votes to the NDC this time for you to come to power? When you were walking, when you were at Kejetia, when you were interacting with people, we saw Dr. Kwabena before them, we saw COP Kofi Boakye there, we saw other prominent Ghanaians there. What were they telling you in terms of feedback?
We have started this. It's not going to end. The more reason why I am a communicator, and I must tell you, some of us have been selected and are being trained. Last night, I was online from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. receiving lectures on the 24-hour economy. When we were moving about, there were questions, and let me share some of the questions that we heard from the onlookers and the people that we started talking with. One question was, what is the 24-hour economy all about? People are asking, what is it about? Then our duty is to take our time and explain. I'm sure this morning I've done a bit of explanation as to what the 24-hour economy is about. I've cited and even given examples of it. One question was also that what will be the main driver of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's 24-hour economy strategy? What will be the main driver? You see, never underestimate the people who are in our markets, who are selling and all that. This is an intelligent question that was asked. And so we took our time to explain that it will be anchored on creating sustainable jobs. Not unlike the NAPCO and these things that the MPP brought about, that today they cannot be traced. Do you understand? But when it comes to the 24-hour economy, these are going to be targeted institutions and industries, some of whom are already in existence, and some will be on board. So, Caesar, one question was, which industries will be the 24-hour economy strategy focus? We are looking at agro-processing, the agric sector. That alone, if you give me 2 hours, will not be enough. But let me just do brush up on it that everybody can understand. Our farmers today, what have been their problem? Not getting cheaper pesticides and those implements. We are still in this day and age using cutlass and hoe to farm. It's not sustainable. We need mechanized way of farming. We need the tractors. We need industries that can be linked directly to our farming. So, for instance, if you are producing mangoes, the industry will be an industry that will process mango into fruit juice. There are so many things you can do with mangoes that will last on the shelves and will be affordable for everybody to buy. And we can even export some.
But
mango juice.
Is it not happening already?
Some are already in the
Kumfi juice factory.
A very good example.
Is it not running 24 hours?
A very good example.
That's a preco. Is it not running 24 hours?
Absolutely. So there are already existing industries or companies that are operating it. What can you do to ensure that they move full scale? If you cite Casapreco, I am telling you Casapreco today can do more than they are doing today. By giving them affordable electricity. They will pump back that margin that they make out of their cheaper electricity into their production and produce more. How is their security like? Have we gone to the market? Have we engaged them to ensure that they have a market within Ghana and even beyond? I know some of their products are outside. I went to an African country and I was shocked how people were consuming some of their products. Alomo. You understand? And you mentioned the Kumfi, Eku juice. Today, you and I, we can take it upon ourselves to drive around. Let's say today petrol is too expensive. 1 hour. Let's get some 200 cedis fuel and drive around the shops in town looking for Eku juice. I know there may be a point we will get it, but it's not easy to lay hold of. Unlike the Calipo that Nanado, at his age 72, he forgot about his sugar level and was drinking Calipo. At that time, it was just 80 pesos. Today, Calipo is 5 cedis, 50 pesos. So, we can do more with Eku juice by giving them affordable electricity. That policy is not in place today. So the agric sector alone, we can do more with the agric sector. Caesar, another area is our pharmaceutical industry. Many of them are doing 24 hours today. Many of them. And let me salute His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. When he was president, he supported, I know of Tobinco. I know of some industries, NS Chemist and most of them. He gave them money to go into production. He supported them. Today, are you aware antiretroviral drugs are produced in Ghana?
Okay.
We have not made so much noise about this. This is as a result of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, seeing that we import so much. When we are unable to import, it affects our brothers and sisters who unfortunately have HIV/AIDS. So let's produce it in Ghana. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama supported them with money, and that today many of them are running 24 hours. They are running. What more can we do to support them? We still import some drugs into the system from outside. It's affecting the foreign exchange that we get. That's the dollar. It's putting pressure on it. We can still do more by giving them affordable electricity. All industries today, their problem is having cheaper electricity.
Okay.
Have you heard that there's only 2 presidents in Ghana in our history that has given Ghana excess power? Do you know them?
Okay.
Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. They stand out. They are the only 2 presidents in Ghana's history who have given us excess electricity. What do we do with the excess electricity?
Okay.
With the 24-hour economy policy, it will mean that a lot of people can go into production. So the energy that we call SS will make use of it and even want more. We need to add more to it. Today, the MPP, their headache is that John Dramani Mahama has given us SS and we are spending money. We are not using it.
Let me put the brakes on Richard here.